Dish TV posted a steady set of numbers with a 17% growth in revenues. Losses reduced substantially to about 2.8 crore rupees. We're joined by Salil Kapoor, CEO at Dish TV, to discuss the quarter gone by. Mr. Kapoor, thanks so much for taking the time out. Now, while we've seen substantial growth in revenues at 17% and margin expansion as well, take us through the key factors that have really contributed to this quarter's performance in terms of the way the Q3 earnings have played out.
Okay, but let me first share some key parameters with you, the key highlights of this result. The subscriber acquisition has really gone up, and that is having a great positive impact on the top line as well as the bottom line. We've acquired about 4.6k subscribers, net subscribers in the last quarter, and the earlier quarters were 390 and the earlier one was 342. Overall, we are trending around 1.14 million net subscribers in these 3 quarters, while in the entire last year we had acquired only 800k, 0.8 million net subscribers. So the estimate which we had given earlier, that this year we will achieve about 1.2 to 1.5 million net subscribers, will hit home, and we'll be even exceeding that number to some extent. The other key highlight is that there is a substantial jump in the ARPU from 172 last quarter to 177. And if you see last few quarters, it was 172, 170, 170 in the quarter earlier to that as well. So this is a good jump. And of course, the EBITDA 191 crores is also a big jump as compared to the EBITDA which we had got earlier. It was 162 in the earlier quarter, and year-on-year basis this is about 17.4, because 558 in the same quarter last fiscal. All these factors, and while all this growth is there, the churn is at a very comfortable 0.7%. So all this points out to good movement in the overall subscriber base, in the revenues. As you know, the gross revenue is at 713 crores, and 655 crores is the subscription revenue.
Right. Salil, with margins at about 27% and revenue growth at 17%, do you expect to maintain these levels? When do you expect to turn completely profitable when it comes to the bottom line?
The margins are going to be sustainable because we have contained our content cost. If you look at the content cost of the last quarter, it is less than 25% on the gross revenue basis, and that's much better than various other competitors. If you will look into the history about 3-4 years or 4-5 years ago, it was as high as 80%. So we have been bringing it down sequentially, and less than 25% is a very good number to have. On the other side, the costs are not going up. If you look at the overall expenditure increase, it was less than 2% or almost 2% in the last quarter. So we are containing our costs, the operations as well as the content cost, while we are increasing our revenue through the more acquisition of high definition subscribers. Therefore, I think the growth as well as the revenue growth and the margins are sustainable and will look good for the future as well. On the profitability side, if you look at sequentially, the losses have kept coming down. We are almost there. We are knocking the doors of profitability now. 2.9 crores is just what is the number for last quarter, and it's less than half day's revenue. So we will hopefully be sharing that profitability positive good news in the next quarter.
So, considering competition, do you expect to maintain ARPUs around the current level of what, 177 rupees?
Okay, so while we discuss the ARPU of this industry, we should also look at the ARPU as far as DTH is concerned, or this industry is concerned, comparable or compare it to the ARPU of DTH in other countries or cable in other countries. US is as high as $80 to $90, and we are almost $3 to $4. So there's a huge gap. Rest of the world comes in between these two extremes. What I'm trying to say here is that the only place where we can go is up from the current ARPU levels. The second reason for that is more and more high definition subscribers coming up on board, more and more high definition screens being sold out, the LEDs and the LCDs, full high definition LEDs being sold out. People want to consume their content in high definition. The third reason is that you must be looking at, you must be following up the RIO discussions of the content providers, that is the broadcasters as well as the cable companies. Now there is room for increase, and with digitization, with packaging setting in, we foresee that the cable prices, which have been very, very low in this country, will start going up. They've already started inching up, and as cable prices go up and DTH is perceived to be a better technology by the consumer, so we have more headroom to increase our prices. So there is only one direction to go, and which is up.
All right, Mr. Kapoor, fair enough. Thanks for getting us those updates today as far as the way earnings have played out.